I've purposely not been reading on the Nolan Wells case because I have not been following it close enough because I'm taking up with the Nancy Guthrie case. However, I was watching Don Lemon this morning and he had an expert on, a crime scene investigator lady. I really liked her, and she said even though the autopsy, the independent autopsy came back undetermined yesterday, that's kind of what you want at this stage of the game, because there was no way that doctor could really determine how this young man became unalive, because the first medical examiner that did the autopsy for the state of Mississippi, they had first crack at the case, so to speak, and they didn't send a lot of this boy's body parts for this man to examine, specifically the throat and the internal organs. What are you hiding in there, right? The throat, I guess you could tell if his larynx was crushed. They choked him out, right? And then somebody was reporting that the boy was found fully clothed, and what do you call the Cajun Navy people said no, he was just in trunks and face down. Why are they lying? So the first thing I want to ask, the 4 boys that were with Nolan, did they have something to do with this unalivement? I don't know if they're calling it a crime yet, because they don't know that a crime was committed yet, right? All we know for sure is that this young man's gone. And I saw some video come out that said a few days ago that said that somebody had him on video footage at a party, a pool party on the 5th, because he supposedly went missing on July 4th, right? So Night of One's passion, bold, adventure, daring, swift. I think this probably covers all the boys, that they're ambitious, they're adventurous, because who would want to go on this desert island for what? No communication over there. I don't believe when they said he wanted to stay to talk to some chick and then they had his phone. What were they doing with his phone, right? The Hierophant, I think in our last, well, the one read that I had on him, it showed some girl pop in there, right? I would have to go back and check. This is about the government. This is about the medical examiner, the police department over there, the judges, the lawyers, the doctors, everybody balled up into one. They're covering up for these kids. For what? I don't know, because we don't know yet, right? Remember, this is all my opinion, and tarot cards are for entertainment purposes only. Wheel of Fortune, Fate, Good Fortune, Turning Point. What does this mean? I feel like it was even lucky that they found the body, you know? Temperance, balance, moderation, harmony, peace. Okay, they're trying to keep everybody's tempers in check, right? 3 of Pentacles, teamwork, collaboration, mastery, skill. 3 of them. I'm gonna say maybe 3 out of the 4 had something to do with it. Whatever it is, we don't know yet. We're speculating. 5 of Pentacles, poverty, hardship, financial loss. Was it about money? Was it about money? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna give it a percentage, and I'm gonna say maybe 65%. 3 out of the 4 boys had something to do with this young man coming up unalive. 65 for right now, okay? I'm just signing on to the case. So I think what I want to do for this next part of the read, question number 2, I'm going to turn the camera on its side to get profile orientation so I can make a short out of it. And the question that we're going to ask next is, will justice be delivered in this case? Whatever justice is, they find out that it's just, you know, an accidental drowning or whatever. If these boys have something to do with it, we're gonna ask that question. Okay, so let me turn the camera on its side. The question that I want to ask about the Nolan Wells case is, will justice be served? If somebody harmed this young man, will justice be served? Let me cut the deck. We're gonna pull 5 cards and the one that's hidden underneath it all. And I just moved some because that's my style, okay? You don't have to pull cards the same way I pull it. What's hidden underneath it all? What we don't see coming. Temperance, balance, moderation, harmony, peace. Kind of looking like, yeah. Death, transformation, endings, rebirth, change. This is what happened to Nolan. Right? Sometimes death doesn't mean death, it means transitioning, but that in that case it's definitely that. Intuition, mystery, inner wisdom, secrets. They're definitely keeping some secrets, the people that I think are involved. Yes, judgment. Judgment. They will be judged, and not just by the people in social media. If they did something to harm this kid, there's gonna be some justice. Rest, recover, reflection, retreat. Minor arcana death for some people. For me, it's just about exactly what it says: rest, recover, reflection, and retreat. And then what we don't see coming is the Nine of Swords. They're troubled. These kids, if they're involved in anything pertaining to this young man and harming him, they're stressed. They're having sleepless nights, nightmares, anxiety, despair, and guilt. So you would have seen that segment in the profile orientation, and maybe that's how I'm gonna have to do it to get some shorts out of these reads, okay? For the gush or the encore, I'm gonna ask, what did they do to him? What did they do to Nolan? What exactly did they do to him? Let's see if the cards will reveal something. Personally, I feel like they might have choked him out. And the only reason I say that is because why did the medical examiner keep the throat and the neck area and not send it to the other doctor that was doing the independent autopsy? That's kind of weird, don't you think? Kind of weird. All right, what we don't see coming. King of Wands, visionary, natural leader, entrepreneur. That's what's his face? The lawyer, Ben Crump. Ace of Pentacles, prosperity, opportunity, abundance. Was this fight over like money and finances? The Hierophant, tradition, wisdom, beliefs, religion. This is the government, prosecutors and defense attorneys, etc. Five of Swords, conflict, defeat, dishonor. They fought. They fought. They were competing over something. You know, in this picture that I took, you see all those swords out there. Remember that show, Knives Out, that movie? And I put all this food there, and two people were sitting down eating, and then they broke out in a big fight, and they just tossed the napkins. See the napkins, something. It's like, I'm done. You know, the hell with you. Blah, blah, blah. That's the scene that I created in this picture. And that's what I'm seeing in my mind. Like, they had a fight over something. If it's about, I don't think it's money. I don't know why I think it's about a girl. Like, how dare you? You can be your friend, but you can't date our white girls. Ten of Cups, love, bliss, family, lasting happiness. What is that about? This doesn't say what they did to him. Poor Nolan's mom and dad. And I don't like to see the content creators that are putting out videos saying, if you don't date black women, we don't speak for you. I'm like, he's a human being. Ace of Cups, new beginnings, love, creativity, proposal. What were they getting into that was creative? This doesn't say what they did to him. This doesn't say what they did to him. But they were fighting. So let's find out a little bit more about, let's ask about this happy family. This is already shuffled. This is Lenormand. We're going to find out about this happy. Who is this happy family pertaining to? Them? Their friendship? Were they like family? How long did he know these boys? Money again. Money came up again. Huh. Trickery, deceit. But it's about a job and work too. And then the cross, heavy burden to bear. Were they in financial distress? Acting like they're rich but they're having money problems? Do we want to find out what the fight was about? Let's see. Let's see if Lenormand will tell us, guys. What was the fight about? What was the fight about? They were on a boat going to that Horn Island. The key was going to unlock something for some of them, or maybe all of them. And then the birds is about internet and social media, communication. They were fighting about social media. What in the hell? I don't think we can pull any more clarifiers. The King of Wands. Let's see who the King of Wands is. Is that Nolan? I was saying that could be Ben Crump. But is that Nolan? The stars? Okay. The stars is about the internet again, guys. A young energy, a child. And the dog, loyalty. So who's the king of wands? Probably is Nolan. He's probably Nolan. He definitely was a handsome young man. Kind of remind me of my boys, you know. Let's see 16, the stars, what it means. It's about hopes, dreams, guidance, visions, internet. And then the child is about youth, young person, new beginnings, immature. They definitely were immature, drinking out there by themselves, right? And then the dog is about loyal friend, pet, advisor, trusted. I think the king of wands is Nolan. Whenever we read on him going forward, remind me that the king of wands is Nolan. So this doesn't really tell me what they did to him per se, but it said they seem to be like a happy little group of friends, and that there was some infighting and conflict going on. They were fighting over something, and for some reason I keep thinking they were fighting over money. The Ace of Cups right here is about new beginnings. Somebody wanted to break off from the friendship, I think. Okay. So that's it for the Nolan read. Oh, stick around for 1 second, guys. I want to show you my family. My family is like, why don't you do the pendulum? Because I don't own one. And for the Belizean people that are watching, like, oh my God, it's voodoo, it's obia. I remember when I was pregnant, my Aunt Alma took my wedding ring and put it on a string or a necklace or a rope and held it over my pregnant belly and had it either do a circle or go back and forth. And you pick which one it is, which one's, like, I think the circle for her was the girl and the back and forth was the boy. And they were trying to determine if I was going to have a girl or a boy. And I think it worked, but I just think it was just a guessing game, right? So I don't have a pendulum, but Jada was like, why don't you use your necklace, this jade necklace that I'm wearing. I'll show you guys right now. So I was trying to train this to be a pendulum, and I always feel like you kind of have to get it started. So that's why I didn't want to mess with this. See, I did that. I got it started. So stop. Oh, let me tell you about this first. This little piece of jade, it's in its raw form. It's not polished. That's the only thing I brought with me from Belize when I came at age 15. And it was in a thing like this. Okay, the battery died because I didn't charge it long enough before I came and did another reading. But as I was telling you guys before I was rudely interrupted with a dead battery, this piece of unpolished jade was the only thing that I brought with me from Belize when I came at age 15. It was in a thing like this, but it was super elongated and oval more. So at some point in our marriage, Joe took it to a jeweler because that thing wasn't real gold. And he had the jeweler build this cage for it out of real gold. So I always have this. I love it. I treasure it. Later on, I got this necklace from somebody else, a friend or something, real gold. And so, okay guys, my camera died. Well, not the camera, the battery. So I went and I popped another one in, something I don't like to do, but I wanted to finish this part of the segment. So I was telling you guys that when I brought this jade with me from Belize, unpolished and everything, it was in another enclosure that was long, elongated and more oval. You remember that, right, Joe? Mm-hmm. Then Joe took it to a jeweler, threw away that non-gold thing and had him build this gold teardrop thing for me. And I absolutely love it forever, treasure it forever.
Let's sell it.
I could probably get, how many grams is this?
Well, I would take out the stone, so let's see.
So we wouldn't be selling the jade, just the gold. Forget you. So we're gonna try to train this to be a pendulum, and I have to tell you guys, I was messing with it inside, just jokingly, and Jada and I were messing with it. I had it and Jada was asking the question. Jada asked if Jada was my daughter, if Joe was my husband, if these kids were Joe's kids. We have ancestry DNA to prove it.
So what's the substance?
Huh?
Yeah. Mommy's baby, daddy's maybe?
Your mama. so, and then she asked if Mitch McConnell was dead. And let me tell you, the thing stayed there and shimmered. I said, oh, they have him on life support still, right? So I think they hold it like this, right? And hold my arm. So a circle like this is yes. And then back and forth, like just like that, or even side to side is no. Two way, as long as it's not a circle.
Okay.
A circle is yes. And if you're Belizean and watching and going, oh my God, this lady, the ton Obi a lady. When I was pregnant, my auntie put my wedding ring on a chain like this, put it over my pregnant belly, and predicted them babies. That they were going to be boys or girls, okay? You pick, if you're doing that for a pregnant woman, you pick circle means whatever and back and forth means whatever. You pick what it means before you do it. So set your intentions first. So circle is yes. So give me a random question to ask that we would know the answer to, Joe. Do we live in California? Right? Do we live in California? Okay. Do Joe and Barbara live in California? Keep in mind, guys, the wind's blowing. It's trying to do something. Okay, let's ask it. Do Joe and Barbara live in the Inland Empire of California? I'm not doing nothing to it, okay?
I go like that.
I don't know, I think he's trying to say no.
That mean it.
He's trying to say no. Okay, let me settle down. Okay, stop. He doesn't even want to friggin' stop. It's not listening to me.
That mean your voodoo not working?
That means I need a real pendulum. Joe, shut up before I slap you. Joe said my voodoo not working. Okay, let's ask another question. Does Jory have a birthday next week? This punk ass thing's not listening. Why was it listening inside but not outside? Maybe we need Jada. Okay, you hold it. You do it. Maybe I don't have the magic.
I ain't got the magic.
You guys, are you having fun? Sometimes we want to laugh at the end, you know? I think your arm's going to get tired if you don't rest it on something, Joe. Joe, you might have to rest your elbow on something.
I'm good.
Okay.
If we get tired,
okay, it's
stop.
knotted up. Hold on.
If we get
Come. So let me ask a question. Is Joe my boo?
Do I look that ugly?
My boo. My bae. It says no.
You stuff like that.
Let's try one more time, then we're going inside. This is a bloody foolishness. Oh my God. Okay, stop. Is my money situation gonna change anytime soon? God damn it, no. It didn't say no or yes, it just stayed there.
Let me ask one.
Oh, I hold it. Okay. I know Kathy and Myrna and Brenda are dying.
Do I get ugly as I get older? Bye, folks.
I love you guys. Thanks for staying to the end. Maybe I'll invest in a pendulum. They're not too expensive. They're like $8 to $20 depending. But you know I like pretty ones. Maybe I'll invest in a pendulum one of these days.
You're starting to make me cry. I don't cry.
I made you laugh, baby. My God.